Haley and Hanna Cavinder are two of the most popular women's college basketball athletes currently, with them having a combined 700,000 followers between them on Instagram, plus hundreds of thousands more on other platforms. The sisters are currently starring at Fresno State University, leading the Bulldogs on a charge in the Mountain West Conference. But with their social media popularity, not a lot of people actually discuss their play on the basketball court. Are the two social media stars actually basketball stars too? Can they make it to the WNBA? I'll be discussing that, breaking down each sister's game, and overall Fresno State season so far in today's video. Before we start, if you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe. For more women's basketball content like this, I'm aiming to hit 2,000 subscribers, so all support would be greatly appreciated. If you do enjoy the video, please be sure to leave it a like as well, it really does go a long way. Anyway, with that being said, let's talk about the Cavinder Twins. Starting with Haley, she's a 5'6" guard currently in her junior season at Fresno State, and is currently averaging 18.1 points per game, just over 5 assists and 9.3 rebounds per game. She's doing this on the best efficiency of her career too, shooting above 47% from the field, nearly 40% from 3, and 100% from the free throw line. She's had 35 attempts this season and hasn't missed one from the stripe. That is simply ridiculous. Here is another crazy stat about Haley. Her current stat line makes her the only player in the entirety of not just Division I, but also Division II and Division III women's college basketball to be averaging at least 18 points, 5 assists, and 9 rebounds per game. Again, just a ridiculous figure, and shows how much she's been starring at Fresno State as of late. Haley was even better last season too, at least scoring the ball wise, as she averaged near 20 points per game on shooting splits of 42, 33, 88. As a result of this fantastic play, Haley Cavinder has achieved some significant honours in her short collegiate career so far. In her freshman season, she was named to the All-Mountain West Conference team, the first freshman to ever do that, the All-Freshman team, and the Mountain West Freshman of the Year award. She followed this trajectory into her sophomore season, where she again made the All-Mountain West team and won the Mountain West Player of the Year award, something done by some iconic WNBA players in the past, like Leilani Mitchell. With Haley having another dominant season at Fresno State, she's put herself back in the conversation for that award, and is on track to win the award again and again be recognized as one of the best players in the Mountain West. Between the two sisters, Haley is definitely the most accomplished, with her winning those enormous amount of awards at her 2 seasons so far at Fresno State. With that said though, let's take a look at Hanna now, who has also been a special talent since arriving at Fresno State. As though Haley has been better per se in terms of stats and awards, that is not to discredit how Hanna has been playing. Like Haley, Hanna is a 5'6" guard in her junior year, and has been a major scoring threat for the Bulldogs, only behind Haley in points per, currently averaging 14 a night. Hanna is a lights out shooter, currently knocking 45% of her 3-point attempts this season, which is an insane figure. It's her biggest weapon in her offensive arsenal, and has made her an incredibly important piece to any success that Fresno State has. As a result of her quality play, Hanna has made the All-Mountain West team in both her seasons at the collegiate level, and like her sister, is almost a certainty to make it again in 2022. Also like her sister though, Hanna has slightly regressed in this season, averaging 3 fewer points per game, and her efficiency has overall declined. Regardless though, both girls have been absolute superstars for Fresno State and have been the main reason why the Bulldogs are winning games this season. Enough about stats and accolades though, let's talk about the Cavinder Twins' individual games and play styles. Haley Cavinder is one of the purest scorers in the NCAAW, and she's able to score at all 3 levels with ease. Her handle is quick and nasty, able to create space with that consistently, and her ability to attack the basket as well is near elite. She's strong, so whenever she gets inside, she's able to body her defender and get up to the rim and finish, even though she may be shorter than them. However, she's probably at her best on the perimeter, as her ability to shoot the ball is unmatched. Though sometimes a bit streaky, you just can't leave her open, as she's going to knock down any open look that she gets. Haley is also a phenomenal rebounder. I mean, she's averaging damn near 10 a game, and she's just 5'6". It's evident she plays with heart and hustle, and that energy positively impacts her teammates. Haley's best game of the 2022 season came against CSUN, where she went off for 28 points and 14 rebounds on just 16 shots. Again, 14 rebounds for a guard, a 5'6" guard at that, is insane. And in that match, there was no stopping Haley. She was getting any shot she wanted, whether that was attacking defenders on a drive or pulling up for three. The gravity that she has as well is huge. She constantly attracts double teams, which allows her to find the open teammate for a clean look. Her playmaking has improved dramatically since her freshman season as well, and now is able to consistently make the right decision, especially when she gets doubled, leading to a higher volume of assists for her and a lower number of turnovers. I mean, she's already had multiple 10 assist games this season. If she can keep that up, it's going to get her teammates involved more and help them get going offensively, which has been a problem for Fresno State this season, a lack of help behind the Cavinder Twins. Hanna Cavinder, on the other hand, is also an elite shooter, as I mentioned before. What makes her pose as a major threat for the opposition, as that smooth jumper is consistently brilliant when left unguarded. Again, the 45% split from behind the arc backs that up. While not as much as a pure scorer compared to Haley, Hanna definitely can still get inside, but again, she's more of a dead-eye shooter, and the presence that comes with that opens up the floor enormously for her teammates. She's one of the best catch-and-shoot shooters in the country, and is brilliant in her role behind her twin. Like Haley, Hanna has also improved her passing since entering the NCAA, and is now racking up consistently 4 to 5 assists per game. With their shooting and overall talents, she's become instrumental to any success that the Bulldogs have. Overall, these two are high-volume shooters and scorers, and are some of the more gifted offensive talents in the NCAAW right now. Both can play make, score at all 3 levels, and shoot the hell out of the ball. With some solid defense as well, and a whole lot of heart when crashing the glass, they've been able to lead Fresno State to winning records in their freshman and sophomore seasons, and look set to capitalize on their weaker conference again this season. However, even though the Twins have been beyond fantastic again this season, continuing their brilliant play on from last season, the Bulldogs as a team have not as much. As of when recording this video, Fresno State sits dead last in their conference with a record of 4-8, completely opposite to last season, where they finished 4th with a record of 12-6. So, what's gone wrong with Fresno State this season? Why has the team struggled so much, even though the Twins have continued to provide consistent star performances? Well, to me from the outside, Fresno State seem to just lack a lot of production offensively outside of the Cavinder Twins. The sisters have been performing some major carry jobs throughout the season, doing a large bulk of the offensive load, whether that's scoring the ball, playmaking, etc. They've had to shoulder a lot of the offensive load to keep the Bulldogs in the game essentially, and it's why the two end up playing almost 40 minutes a night consistently, because it's hard for Fresno State to go to their bench unit without being overrun. Now, this isn't to say that the poor play of Fresno State isn't completely without blame on the Twins, because to be honest, the Twins have regressed a bit this season in terms of statistical output and overall impact, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. But again, the two do so much for this team, and unfortunately, are receiving a lot of help consistently from their supporting cast, and as a result, Fresno State are really struggling this season. The over-reliance on the two has become easily defendable, and in turn, the Bulldogs are starting to lose games that in other seasons they might have won. As I mentioned before, the The Cavinder Twins are still superstars in this conference regardless, and should again probably be selected to the Mountain West team. That's how good they are. But for Fresno State to start winning games in this second half of the season and make a push for the Mountain West tournament, they're going to need a bit more support from the rest of the roster. But with that all being said, after looking at the Cavinder Twins games, breaking down what makes them such special talents and how their team is going so far this season, how good are they actually? Are they a genuine shot at making it to the WNBA? Right now, it's a bit of a 50-50 call on if they'll actually make it to the WNBA level. The W is only 144 players deep, so it's really just the absolute best of the best getting an opportunity to play. Right now, I don't know if the Cavinder Twins make the cut, especially at their development rate, but I would quietly be confident in tipping them to be selected on draft night, probably towards the back end of the draft in rounds 2 or 3. I mean, the two are unquestionable stars. Their scoring abilities aren't exactly common in the NCAAW, especially Hanna Cavinder. She's got some real potential if she can develop her inside game a bit more and have a more consistent shot. But I think in the end, their size may impact their ability to be impactful at the WNBA level. So at best, I think they're a solid second string point guard for a WNBA team. A big senior season for the two of them would be a big help in boosting their draft stock, so if they can both take leaps in their scoring prowess as well as on the defensive end of the floor, and also help the Bulldogs start winning again, I think there'll be a real shot at hearing their name called on draft night. However, getting a long-term spot in the WNBA seems a bit out of reach to me. With their popularity online though, I think they'd definitely be able to make a splash overseas. In a league like the WNBL in Australia, they'd no doubt be superstars and grow the game a ton. So I think if the WNBA dream doesn't pan out, they'll have plenty of options to go to and continue to play basketball at the highest level professionally. The Twins have done well and made a name for themselves, to be fair. So though they're at a small school, they're almost certainly being scouted right now. So again, next season will be really important for them to climb the rankings for the 2023 draft, but also get opportunities to play overseas if they can't get into the WNBA. Overall, these are my thoughts on the Cavinder Twins. The two are exceptional scoring talents with crafty handles and an ability to get inside, even though they're slightly undersized. With their pure shooting touch, good playmaking, and strength to grab boards over bigger players, they're developing into legitimate stars for Fresno State if they aren't that already. I think the WNBA is a realistic possibility for them, and don't get me wrong, these two are exceptional players, but I doubt there'll be a genuine star on that stage. I mean, in their conference overall, they're probably two of the top 5 players, but the Mountain West Conference is pretty weak and doesn't stack up compared to some other conferences in the NCAAW, like the Big Ten. So I wouldn't say these two are some of the best players in the entire country, but for their conference, they are very good. But in the end, considering their social media fame, I would say that the Cavinder Twins are legit basketball stars and deserve the spotlight that they receive. And to me, that is how good Hanna and Hanna Cavinder are actually. And that will conclude the video. What do you guys think of this? What are your thoughts on the Cavinder Twins and Fresno State? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave it a like and subscribe. But with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.